Hey everybody, this is Dustin with Team Conti Sim Performance with the race run replay at Martinsville. Get the truck rolling here. This is a 30 lap run. I really hope you see some this week. Uh, didn't necessarily build for the long run pace, but we have it. We were really focused on short run, and I definitely feel we have that. So laps here, the trick is smooth braking, smooth throttle, um, really smooth wheel. Just you want to be able to wrap the curb as much as you can. A little, not quite that much, but you want to be able to wrap that curb. A flat entry, flat exit, you're running less track. The turns are so tight that the difference in distance, bottom to half a lane up or whatever, is big. So if you have a truck that can just wrap and roll, you're going to be better off. Setup passes, however, um, you're going to want to diamond a little bit, and I'll point out that turn shape when I see it. Um, just watching the replay back with you guys and hanging out. Paying attention to brake and throttle. A lot of roll time. Really wrapping that curb at this point in the run. Pay attention to brake bias this week as well. Use that to your advantage. Believe it or not, your brake bias, yes, it does affect your entry. Um, when you have dial in more front brake, the front will tend to slide a little more. If you've got less front bias, so lower number, it'll slide the rears under braking. Um, excuse me. But it also affects your exit because you're heating one end of the truck. So if you're noticing that you're starting to lose some drive off, you could help yourself by adding brake bias and um, keeping some heat out of the rears at entry. Cooler rear tires at exit, better grip. I'm gonna rewind that. That's an example of what can happen if you miss if you come off the bottom exit, especially out of four. It just gets real light. This is out of two, but it is worse out of four. Yeah, going back to the brake bias, definitely want to be moving that around. Set up a dial or a button to increase and decrease that bias. In this run, I start using it later on, but it's mostly for the um, in my case here, it was mostly for entry. It just started to get a little free on entry under braking, but I did notice that it really helped the exit as well. see through 1 and 2, I entered a little higher. I think this lap time's going to show. Yeah, so if you want to set up a pass, this is a pretty good opportunity to do so. Into 1, you can enter that half a lane, quarter lane higher than the guy in front of you. Let him space you a little bit to the center, and then you can have a straighter, lower drive off with more speed because you're lengthening the straightaway out by getting to that apex later. Again, that's about a half a groove higher right there. Didn't wrap it as if I was passing somebody there though, so that was just a normal line. Here's an example of that later apex. Straighter, stronger drive off. Good opportunity to pass somebody that way. Just passed halfway through this 30 lap run. The balance of the truck has not changed. Speeds when I hit a lap, I'm in that 4s, 5s, and really I should be able to hold there pretty much throughout the 30 lap run, even at the pace I fired off at. I did not save starting because I don't think we will be this week. I think we'll be get what you can when you can, just because of the nature of the races here at Martinsville. You can see right there the little bit of free entry. A lot of that had to do with my later turn in, and heavier braking. See, I usually am braking to 50%. Here we got up to almost 70, and it was a higher later entry, so it got real light on the rear of the truck. That affected the exit as well. Got a little free there. So keep that in mind. Nice, straight, smooth entry. I think at this point I'm distracted. Yeah, we get it back together at about lap 25. Such a rhythm track, really, as well. So focus on keeping your rhythm, which becomes more difficult to do when you're racing around people. But it is very important just to maintain that rhythm, that just get in a groove and log down some laps, ride the limit without testing it, and I think the truck will take care of you. I will say this is probably the best truck that we put out for Martinsville in terms of just the way it feels, drivability, forgiveness, while still maintaining turn and balance. Got about 6 laps to go for 30. And we're back to a 5. Just settle down, start wrapping the bottom again, and we start ticking off some good laps here. This is where I'm starting to play with my brake bias as well. Noticed it got a little free a couple times exit. There again. So we're going to start, we mess with our brake bias here. Little yacht on entry. Better drive off though. We're back to entry security as well as exit, and then all I did was go up about 1% on the brake bias. You can go as far as you want or as far as you need, as long as you don't start locking up front tires on entry. Zach Rinker ran a few practice laps for me, and he went from 62 up to 64 and saw no decrease in setup quality there or drivability. So this is lap 30. Overdrove that one trying to put down a good lap, so we went one more. So oftentimes you do that when when you really try to lay down a lap, you end up going slower on these types of finesse tracks. Came back to our roots, and I think we hit a 6 here. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. That is the race run replay for Martinsville. Again, I hope you get some green flag racing. The fact that the truck fell off about half a second, 6/10, half a second in 30 laps. Saw the same 19.6s on 40 lap runs. I think we may have even had a 19.5 on a 40 lap run once on lap 40 with a more qualified driver. There's good long run speed. There's great short run speed. I think we've got a pretty solid piece, and look forward to your success this week. Thanks for choosing us. If you have anything you need throughout the week, feel free to reach out. Shoot us a DM, and we'll get back to you as we can. Appreciate you choosing TCSP. Good luck.